Welcome back. Employee Provident Fund Department is yet to fully computerize itself, leaving a scope for irregular and corrupt practices. Prudent exposes some of the modus operandis in the Provident Fund Department, exposed following a recent arrest of EPF Inspector from Vasco. The enforcement wing, which is prone to such irregularities and corruption, is the crucial one. The wing is not yet computerized, leaving a scope for malpractices. Here's a report.
Online system creates more transparency and helps curtail corruption in the administration. Many government departments have adopted online system for the public service, but PF department hasn't yet. Employee Provident Fund number is mandatory for any firm or factory to get power and water connection. Companies with Provident Fund number can bid for government related contracts. To avail these facilities, employer applies for Provident Fund number. For this, they need to provide relevant information pertaining to the number of employees. If the unit has more than 20 employees, a firm can apply for Provident Fund number. After applying for the Provident Fund number, the enforcement wing from the Provident Fund department has to cross-check the information. Sources from the Provident Fund says, fraudulent employers submit wrong information pertaining to the number of employees. They bribe the inspectors to hide information regarding the number of employees. Employee and employer both are supposed to contribute equally in the Provident Fund. Inspector issue notices to the defaulter firms for not depositing their share in the Provident Fund. Inspector initiates inquiry under Section 7A and asks the defaulters to pay the amount. Here again, the inspector faced the corrupt practices from the fraudulent employers. Last month, CBI arrested Senior Inspector of PF Himesh Prakash for accepting a bribe at Vasco. Documents with Prudent show how Himesh Prakash misused his office. His wife runs a stockbroker company. Its authorized share capital is rupees 30 lakhs and paid up capital is rupees 1 lakh. Himesh Prakash is the director of the company. A government servant cannot be a director of any private company. Shockingly, company's registered office address is Bhavishya Nidhi Niwas, a government-owned building. Sources from the PF department say, enforcement wing of the department is an important and crucial wing. It deals with all the units and till date, it has not been computerized by the government. The department is partially computerized, bearing the enforcement wing. Why? A reporter Mahesh Ghadi with video journalist Chetan Gavas for Prudent.
Recognize Cholla as the monsoon touristic spot. This is the demand by the Prudent Patrakar Sangh. They held a day-long dharna at Cholla. Group of journalists claims that Cholla Ghat is not conserved. Tourists dirty the place by throwing liquor bottles and plastic in the eco-sensitive area of the Ghat, which spoils the serenity. Cholla is one of the popular tourist spots in Goa.
Have a look at this serene environment. This is the famous Ghat of Goa, the Cholla Ghat. Goans and tourists flock to the place to enjoy the peace and creation of nature. Now have a look at this. This is the garbage and dirt thrown all over across the Ghat. With the spreading menace, nature lovers are now worried. Prudent Patrakar Sangh held a day-long dharna demanding government to recognize the Ghat as monsoon touristic spot.
हांगा जी प्रमुख स्थळां आहात थंय जर कचरा कुंड उबारल्यो जाल्यार हो कोयराचो प्रश्न थोडोफार कमी जावं येता. तशेंच ह्या घाटान ह्या दिसांनी थोडेशे पुलीस बाकीच्यो सेवा आरोग्य सेवा अश्यो साधनां सोयी सुविधा हांगा उपलब्ध करून दिवच्यो. चोल्ला घाटाक निसर्ग पर्यटनाचो दर्जो दिवचो आनी त्या अनुसरान ज्यो सोयी सुविधा आसा त्यो हांगा उपलब्ध करच्यो.
चोडला घाट हो दंगा मस्ती आणि मजा करपा खातीरची जागा न्हू. तुमकां मजा करपाची आसा जरूर करा, पूण सोरो विरहीत आणि नशा विरहीत म्हणटात तशी निसर्गाच्या हेतून येवन तुम्ही त्याचा आस्वाद घेवचो.
There are several waterfalls in the Ghat of Cholla. Birds and butterfly watching being the major activity for the flora and fauna loving tourists. Environmentalists want the nature-centric field to remain undisturbed and unpolluted.
आम्ही सगळ्यांनी लक्षात दवरपाक जाय की आम्ही ज्या परिसरान वावुरता तो परिसर जो आसा हो अभयारण्य क्षेत्र आसा. हांगासर पयलो हक्क जो आसा हो वन्यजीवांक आसा आनी ताका लागून आमी सगळ्यांनी ठरोवपाक जाय की वन्यजीवाच्या वाठारांत जेन्ना आमी प्रवेश करता तेन्ना आमच्या हातान नासतले प्लास्टिकच्यो बाटल्यो, आमच्या हातान नासतले ग्लास आनी हो वाठार आमी नितळ दवरतले आनी आमकां हांगासर लोक येयल्ले जाय.
Cholla Ghat is located at the northeast side of Goa-Maharashtra borders. On Sunday, due to heavy rainfall, a tree got uprooted on this main road, which blocked the interstate traffic. Bicholi firefighting team took almost 2 hours to reach the spot and clear the road for traffic. Reporter Uday Parab for Prudent.
Let's take a short break. Stay tuned.